Good morning. Hi, this is Troy Tompkins. Uh, it's June 23rd. I'm sitting on the back porch, patio actually, and it's about 5:30 in the morning, and I'm really couldn't sleep too good last night. I'm been reflecting on my life, where I've been and where I've come to. Um, a lot of you know that I am a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. Many of you know I'm originally from Youngstown, Ohio. But I came to Akron back in the early 1990s. I came here to escape. Some of y'all call it a geographical cure. I didn't cure much because I brought my own ass with me, and oh man, it was bad when I got here too. I guess the one thing that was different is that I ran into some people that really cared about addicts, because they were addicts, alcoholics. So after a short stint in the Salvation Army, well, actually a long stint, I was there for a year. I hit the road, I hit the streets. Everything did not go as planned. All the stuff that they had taught me while there in the treatment and rehab facility quickly went to crap because I had not built a foundation of recovery. But I have met some people. When I hit the streets, I started getting high. I started doing crazy shit. I couldn't get ahead. I became homeless. While homeless and doing drugs, I did have a job at McDonald's downtown Akron. And quiet as this kept, I ended up taking their money. After working for 7.5 months, very hard to becoming a manager. I didn't become a manager to steal that money. I became a manager because I was trying to come up in life. But my addiction kicked back in. One fateful night, I ended up taking a bunch of money from McDonald's, and I didn't run from my problem. I knew what it was. I called my mama crying, telling her what I had done, and she told me to turn myself in, and I did. While locked up, I met some more people that would come into the institution and do meetings. I met my sponsor there in 1993 in CBCF while serving a 6-month stint in lieu of a prison sentence for that crime of stealing from McDonald's. My sponsor, Lenny Ludwig, I don't think he would mind me using his name, is still my sponsor today, some 31 years later. And I thank God he's still alive, he's still kicking, he's still sober, and he's still enjoying life. And I still want what he has. That was his hook, that's how he got me. He used to tell me, if you want what I got, you'll do what I do. Well, he had a few years sober, and he had quite a bit. And I wanted that. I got out of jail. I got under Lenny's tutelage and sponsorship. I went to some meetings. I ended up starting the University of Akron. I went to nursing school. I like to say, everything was rosy and peachy keen after that, but I stopped doing what it was needed to be done to keep my sobriety and keep my relationship with a power greater than myself. I let the blessings that was given to me by being sober and going to meetings and having a higher power become my priority. And 8 days short of 5 years sober, I relapsed and lost everything. Lost school, lost my home, lost me. I hadn't talked to my sponsor in almost a year. And the results were what they were supposed to be. An addict got high because the addict stopped doing what an addict needed to do in order to stay sober. Why are you telling us this, Troy? Well, I got involved with some people like Jessie Jones, who has passed on. I miss her a lot. Calvin Boyd, Oscar Gaynor, Ray Cage. I started hanging with those guys. And they showed me something. They showed me what community in recovery was all about. They got together with George Vincent and some other people and decided to open a club called the Capata Armani Dry Club. And that club was absolutely a positive influence in my early recovery. The Capata Armani Club was at the old Hub Lounge down on Rhodes Avenue. And man, when the people came in there, they came for meetings for one, that was most important. But we would sit there and play cards, whether it was spades or bid whist, and we'd talk about our problems in a non-formal setting. We would hug and appreciate each other if something was going bad. I remember closing that club down with the people to go to somebody's house because we were scared they were going to use. And had an impromptu meeting at their house. That person is still sober today. When a friend of mine's daughter was murdered, and that happened before I even knew what was going on, those people embraced her. Those people became her family. Those people became my family. Unfortunately, over a course of a couple of years, the Capata Armani Dry Club had to close due to economic problems. I don't know if it was management. I never got into that. All I know was that something important in my recovery was gone. And I felt it. Fast forward to 2006. I'm riding in a car with one of my best friends, Anthony Chancellor. And I'm going to Stark State College in business, and I'm going to meetings. I'm working at patio enclosures. I'm a supervisor out there. And Anthony said, man, you know what we need? We need a club. Don't you miss the old Capata? I said, yeah, I miss it. It had been closed for some years, maybe, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years, maybe 10, I don't know. Can't remember. But it was closed, and I missed it. Now, during that time, I had got married. I've been married for a little over a year and a half to almost 2 years. I had a lot going on in my life, but man, we had an opportunity. You know, Anthony and I created an opportunity just through thought. We stopped down by Anthony's cousin's house, Anthony Johnson, and said, "Hey man, we thinking about starting a dry club, and you got this place over here on Cuyahoga Street. What do you think about it?" I don't know the exact conversation with Anthony that Anthony had, but we had a building. I choose to believe that was God's will, not necessarily ours, but God's. It seemed like when God is in the picture, things go very easily. Went out, start buying some supplies, and got with Bill Mosley, and we started painting the place and getting it ready. And on May 21st, 2006, we opened the doors to the Java Shoppe Soberclub. Now, early, we only had 3 volunteers: Anthony, Troy, and Bill. We all had full-time jobs, and we were busting our hump to keep them doors open. One of our first members was, one of the first people that came through the door was Bobby Baker the third. A lot of y'all know Bobby or miss Bobby so much. But Bobby used to get in that chair and we would have some fun, make some coffee, talk some smack. It was awesome. It was just a great feeling as more and more people found out about the Java Shoppe Soberclub. And the word started spreading. It just added a lot of joy to my life. Over time, some meetings started coming down there and hosting their meetings down there, and I had a feeling like, I'm a small bit responsible for this being able to happen. A crackhead from Youngstown, Ohio, who couldn't get his stuff together, had got sober using a sponsor, and the meetings of recovery at Alcoholics Anonymous, Cocaine Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. I didn't care. I went because I needed help, and I got that help. My life got better. I got married. I got a job. I went to college. Things were getting better for me. I got a home. Over the course of the next 18 years, Java Shoppe's been around for 18 years, y'all. Thousands of people have graced the doors of Java Shoppe. We've held countless fundraisers that may not necessarily made any funds, but we damn sure had some fun. We should say fundraisers without the D. Many times the rent was paid by the members, going in their own pocket. It wasn't behind the money that was raised. Hell, from the time we opened, it took us 16 and a half years to raise the price of a cup of coffee. We caught hell for that. And after about another year, we reduced the price of a cup of coffee back down to $1. We would have fish fries. We've had the first ever Java Shoppe Soberclub. A soberclub like a cabaret, but sober. Live bands, get dressed to kill, eat good, and party sober. Those start to become well attended. The last one we had was 3 days before the COVID shutdown. That hurt the Java Shop a lot. But it did not end us. I watched a lot of people come through the doors of the Java Shop and get sober. Going to meetings there, or coming there and sitting there drinking a cup of coffee, sharing their life experiences and what they're going through, having a safe place for themselves to come. I watched people who had lost loved ones that were not addicts or alcoholics, but came there because they found friendship and family and somebody that will hold them, be there for them. The Java Shop became more than just a sober club, a dry club. It became family. When my wife's mother died back in 2011, the Java Shop packed its doors, and those people traveled all the way to Youngstown to support my wife, who was not even a member of the Java Shop. They embraced her. They showed her that we were family. They didn't have to do that, but they did. You're probably saying, Troy, why are you telling us this? Jeez, man, get to the point. The point is the Java Shop Sober Club saved my life. I have watched it save the lives of many, many, many people. People like Derek, people like Rome, people like William. And many others. I don't know if the greatest among us have passed on, like Miss Marie, J.J. William Klepper, Amos Gibson, Calvin Boyd, Anthony Armstead, so many others. Roosevelt Tisdale. What I do know is that we have come to a point where the Java Shop's not making enough money to survive. We don't have enough people to generate enough money to keep the doors open. Last few months, one or two members have subsidized the money that we have been able to raise in order to keep the doors open. They're not able to do that anymore. I'm going to be real honest with you. $1,200 a month ain't much to keep a business going. And it is a business. Paying the rent and keeping supplies and keeping the cable on so we can have the Wi-Fi and the internet for our meetings. It's real simple. But we're struggling to come up with $200 or $300 a month. I want the Java Shop to survive. I believe that we're going through a hard time and that we're this close from being over the hump. I believe the Java Shop serves a greater purpose, that it can be home for other addicts. It can save more lives. It can have more meetings. Right now, we have 3 Cocaine Anonymous meetings there that are well attended by 30, sometimes 40 people on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Those people just, a lot of them may be in treatment, but they're supported there, but they can't get out on the weekends, or, they're not able to, support us outside of the meetings. There are a lot of people that expect the Java Shop just to stay around because it has. And I guess they don't understand that it takes a little bit of money, not a lot, a little bit of money. I don't think $1,200 is a lot for 50 people, but it is a lot for 3. I'm asking for your help. I'm asking for your help. I have an idea. On June the 30th, we have to have a meeting at the Java Shop at 1078 Brown Street, Akron, Ohio, 44305. 06. And I asked people to come down there to talk to us about the Java Shop. The board, which I am on the board, after that meeting, we'll decide whether it is feasible for us to stay open or not. I would love for you to come down. Tell us what the Java Shop has meant to you, whether it's good or bad. We need to have both sides of the story. Over the years, the Java Shop has put 3 people out. Just because of behavior that was not conducive to us being able to be a positive place. But guess what? We've always welcomed those people back. I don't know what people have heard in the street, but the Java Shop has always welcomed those people back. No matter what. I'm drinking coffee. But we need your help. They said somebody has to come up with an idea on how to keep the Java Shop open and sustain open. People say, well, aren't you a 501c3? And I say, yep, yes, we are. Well, why don't you get a grant from the government? I'm going to tell you Troy's point of view on that. I have no problem with getting a grant, but you got to have a program to get a grant. You have to be doing something to get a grant. We're not currently have the people to do that, so thus no grant. Also, I'm a firm believer that we can take care of ourselves, and we're struggling to do that right now. That's why I'm asking your help. The idea that I have is if I can get 50 people to donate $25 a month for 6 months, just a commitment of 6 months, I think that we will do just fine. Just to get over the hump. I'm asking you to be a full-time member from here on out. Come down, be part of the club. Help us create activities that you like to do so you'll want to come down. You're watching this because you're on Facebook or some other, you're staring at your phone. And right now you've been on your phone for 28 minutes listening to me. Come down and be with some people face to face. Come down, play a game of cards or some dominoes, watch some TV, socialize, tell some jokes. Let's sing. Let's do a meeting. Let's travel. Why can't we have a Java Shop retreat? But we need help. Not only do we need your financial help, we need your volunteerism. I will tell you that in the course of the last 18 years, not one person has ever personally made $1 off the Java Shop. It has always been volunteers, and it always will be. Because that matters. People caring because they care, not just because they getting paid, matters. I've never made a dime off the Java Shop. No one I know has. That's not why we do it. The Java Shop is meant to be around. We've struggled over the years. We've come close to closing many times before. And God stepped in and saved us. I'm writing this video or making this video because I think that maybe the person that's listening to this is a vessel that God may use to help save this club again. Not just with your money, but with your love. Come down and be a part of. Maybe you live in another city or across the country or somewhere else. Support the club anyway. You're helping recovering people recover. Not just people recovering from drugs and alcohol, but people recovering from grief, from stress, from unemployment, from bad relationships, from food, from hunger. Every fundraiser we have ever had, if somebody came and didn't have money, they ate anyway. We have never thrown anybody out of one of our events because of the lack of money. Either one of us stepped up and paid their way, or we let them in and say, take care of us when you can. That's what family does. It'll always be that way. Your pledge of $25 a month will take us a long way to doing that. Now, on the flip side of that, well, what do you get? I'm going to tell you what, the first 50 people that can do that, actually any that do the $25 a month, anytime you come into the Java Shop, your drinks are free. Your coffee is free. Your pop is free. It's included. We're designing a coin that you will get to identify yourself as a foundational member of the Java Shoppe Soberclub. You will receive that coin. After 6 months. If you complete the 6 months, you get that coin. But we hope that because you did it for 6 months, you'll want to stay. This is my solution right now for how to keep the Java Shop open. We want to keep those meetings going. We want to grow more meetings. We want to continue to have a place for the Akron Freedom Recovery Choir to practice. We want a place for you to come when you need to. And we want a place that you're going to want to come to. We're in the process of getting some of the defects in the building fixed. And we're going to continue to look for another place to have a bigger, better club. One that can better serve you. But until then, it's the stepping stones. Again, this is Troy Tompkins. I'm a grateful drug addict and alcoholic who has been recovering from the disease of addiction for almost 25 years. 18 of them years I've been in service to people and drug addicts in recovery through the Java Shop. I want to continue to do that, but I need your help. Thank you for your time. Again, you can send any contribution that you would like to the Java Shop Cash App. It's a money sign Java Shop, Cash App. Telephone number 330-310-8535 is the Cash App telephone number. Every dime dollar goes to the operating capital of the Java Shop, none to anybody's pocket. You can send checks to the Java Shop at 1078 Brown Street, Akron, Ohio 44306. You can come down to the Java Shop, especially next Sunday. We'll be there at 5 o'clock for our meeting. Before the end of that meeting, we will know if we're going to stay open or not. Your attendance will mean greatly as to what our decision will be. I have not quit. I will not quit. If y'all don't want me to. Thank you.